Good evening, everybody, and welcome to high school basketball on the Southern Ohio Sports Authority, brought to you by OhioHealth. I'm Mike Smith, along with Tom Beard and our producer, Dewey Daly, and our cameraman, Carson Francis. We're at Adena High School, where tonight SVC boys basketball has the Warriors of Adena hosting the Piketon Red Streaks. Tom, coming in here tonight, both of these clubs have 1-1 conference records. The Red Streaks 2-2 overall, Adena 1-3. But Adena has lost 2 games in overtime, one to a very tough Circleville club who I saw against Logan Elm last night in double overtime, and then the next night they lost in OT to Westfall. So Coach Ryan Olaker says, we feel like we should be probably 3-1 and undefeated in the league right now. Piketon played very tough against Unioto. They were tied at half in their game last week before losing 62-48. Their other loss was to Eastern Pike.
Yeah, both teams have played, like you said, they played well. It's early. A lot of these teams have a lot of football players on there. It takes an adjustment to get through that. We've experienced that every year. We know what happens there. But both of these teams, and we're talking about Adena, they were expected to be in top 4 and be fighting in there for a championship. So it should be a good game. They match up size-wise. They both are very much competitors every year, year in and year out.
Kyle Miller, of course, a graduate of Piketon High School. He's been with the Red Streaks the last few years. Really like Kyle's approach to the game of basketball coaching-wise.
Yeah, he likes the up-tempo. He likes to play. He likes the team to be physical. I know in the Unioto game and Piketon game, that was a very physical ball game, a lot of foul shots taken. So, but body up and play hard, and that's what it takes. In today's game, I think it really takes that because it seems like it's up-tempo, a lot of speed, a lot of action.
Ryan Olaker, of course, leading the Warriors in his second season, a Rick Van Mater protege. And I tell you, anybody that ever had a chance to play or coach for Coach Van Mater, you usually have a pretty good grasp on the game of basketball.
Well, if they don't have a grasp, it probably wasn't his fault because Coach Van Meter knew how to win and had an excellent career. And really, I think he still had a lot left in him when he decided it was time to quit, but he knew that better than anybody else. But fantastic coach, had really good teams, and were there every year to compete and did well.
Of course, for those of you following the Scioto Valley Conference, know that the format of games played, it's changed this year. A number of years back, they had kind of like what the Mid-State League has been doing for almost 15 or 20 years, where they have rotating between the boys and girls playing on Friday night, kind of going back to some of that type of format in the SVC to give it another shot. The girls were playing last night, the guys playing tonight, where over the last several years the boys have been playing Friday, Saturday, where the girls were playing predominantly Tuesday and Thursday. Of course, coming into conference action tonight, Paint Valley, the Bearcats, undefeated. They're 4-0 overall and 2-0 in the conference. One of their wins was a 5-point decision over Paint Valley. Zane Trace tonight taking on Unioto in that big annual rivalry match. The Pioneers 2-0 in the league, 2-1 overall. Their lone loss, a last-second defeat to Benton County. Then you got a log jam. Westfall, Piketon, Adena, and Unioto all at 1-1, and then Southeastern and Huntington at 0-2. I know it's still early, but these two teams playing here tonight at 1-1, no one wants to get 2 games off the pace this early in the season.
That's right, and that's why it's so important. And again, these kids have been picked to be at the top, but you got to do more than just be picked. You got to show it out on the floor. But I think they're competitors. I think you mentioned the Unioto Piketon game. That was a much closer game, it appeared, until the second half, and things turned around, and Unioto did a great job in winning that one by 14. But when you look at this, it is important, especially when you got people jumping off there. They're undefeated. And that game tonight with Zane Trace, that'll be a big game with Unioto, because Unioto's been a long time since they've been that far down on the list. And but we'll just have to wait and see. But very competitive.
We'll take a look at the starting lineups for our Piketon at Adena broadcast. All that's coming up. You're watching high school basketball on the Southern Ohio Sports Authority, brought to you by OhioHealth.
See everything Southern Ohio Sports Authority presented by OhioHealth has to offer by visiting our website at SOSAOhio.com for complete coverage of area athletes and teams, including game stories, features, live streams of games, player and coach interviews, nightly scores, area standings, and much more. You can even view and purchase action photos from our more than 100 galleries. That's SOSAOhio.com for the best local sports coverage around.
Are you in a bind and need an oil change right now? No problem. Did you forget to make an appointment? No problem. Just stop by any Glockner location and we'll squeeze you in and get you on the road quickly. Really.
Mike Smith and Tom Beard back with you here at Adena High School. Let's take a look at the starting lineups for tonight's game. First of all, for the visiting Red Streaks of Piketon, under head coach Kyle Miller, 1-1 in the SVC, 2-2 overall. The Red Streaks will be starting 5'10 junior Weston Bloss. Brent McGuire, a 6'3 junior. Garrett Legg, a 6'2 sophomore. Declan Davis, a 5'10 sophomore. And Gabe Lamerson, a 6'3 junior. Again for the Red Streaks, Bloss, McGuire, Legg, Davis, and Lamerson. For the Warriors of Adena, under head coach Ryan Olaker, 1-1 in the SVC and 1-3 overall. They'll go with 6'3 senior Andrew Vickers. Davis Kearns, a 6-foot senior. Jody Ader, a 6'3 junior. Bryson Smith, a 6-foot junior. And Caleb Osborne, a 5'10 senior. Again for the Warriors, Vickers, Kearns, Ader, Smith, and Osborne. Here in the early part of the season, Tom, both teams have shown in at least one or two of their games this year that they've got 2 or 3 kids that can get into double figures. But like for Adena, Ader has consistently been around the 16-point mark for them. And obviously when you get that kind of consistency, that may be your first go-to guy. But Davis Kearns is a player that can give you the 3-point shot. Bryson Smith, a kid that can do kind of the slashing thing. You shoot outside, he can take the ball down inside.
Yeah, we've seen Davis Kearns light it up before, and sometimes he holds back and doesn't take the shot, but this is a senior year. I think it's this year he's going to step it up and really be that offensive threat. And Vickers has the size inside at 6'3". Mm-hmm. We've been watching him, and he's got to get the boards. Take care of the basketball, hit those boards, offensive and defensive, and that's a big part of what happens in the end and the results you want.
Where Adena has 2 6'3 starters, and that's the only kids they have over 6 feet tall. Piketon probably has the height advantage. They got McGuire at 6'3", and then Lamerson at 6'3", Legg at 6'2", and they've got a couple of 6'2s off the bench. Usually when you have a little bit of that size advantage, those are the people you want to be taking the ball down inside to.
Well, and you do. That's where the rebounding comes in so important. But again, when you have that size, it's only as good as you use it. And you got to be able to box out and follow the shots and follow your own shot. And we've seen it so many times where one team will dominate on one of the boards, offensive boards or whatever. And when you give teams second and third opportunities, that normally results in not a good thing for your team.
We've in recent years seen a number of teams where back in the day, 6'3", 6'4", that's a kid you'd stick under the basket. But so many players with that kind of height today, it's not uncommon to see them out on the perimeter.
Well, it's kind of funny you brought that up because I've been watching a lot of college basketball, which I think it's unbelievable for this time of the year. There's a lot of teams out there playing really, really hard. But when they give the lineups, they start 4 guards and a forward. They don't even mention the center position anymore. And we've seen that happen over the years, especially when the 3 was brought out, and now it's such a commonplace that you do that. But you have a lot of guards, 6'2", 6'3", or bigger, and they can handle the ball and do a great job.
We're going to be getting the national anthem here coming up next before the public address announcer goes over the starters that we gave you here just a moment ago. Paul Thomas on the PA. Here's the national anthem. Star Spangled Banner. Of course, for us, a big night in high school basketball around the area, but for Ohio State fans, kind of a triple or a trifecta of big news tonight. The women's basketball team, which is ranked number 4 in the nation, is playing. Their volleyball team is in the regional championship, and a win tonight over number 1 ranked Texas would put them in the Final Four. And then you got some kid named Stroud in New York City for the Heisman Trophy tonight. That presentation, I think, probably won't be announced till just before 9 o'clock, but a lot happening in Buckeye land tonight. And Dewey Daly and Carson Francis have already given us our predictions. I'll hold those off so we won't get any hate mail or anything like that. But we wish the Buckeyes well on all of those ventures tonight. Starters again being announced for both teams, as we mentioned, for Piketon, Weston Bloss, Brent McGuire, Garrett Legg, Declan Davis, and Gabe Lamerson. For the Warriors, Andrew Vickers, Davis Kearns, Jody Ader, Bryson Smith, and Caleb Osborne.
You know one thing about it, Mike, when you have this, and you've had the number of games they've played 4 ball games, and after you've played 4 ball games, you should have a good idea of your weaknesses, your strengths, who's going to show up, who's going to come off the bench, who's going to do the job for you. So both of these coaches, I'm sure, have learned a lot here already this season. But this is a big game for both these teams. Very big game.
Of course, where Huntington refers to themselves as the township, here at Adena, it's the village. I think Piketon might have been using the village nickname way back before Adena ever picked up on that, but it's kind of gotten to be a reference. I think they refer to the gym here as the Wigwam on occasion, but the Warriors being announced here as well. This, you might have seen a story that we had out a couple of weeks back. This is the 50th anniversary of girls basketball at Adena. And Lee Snyder, former coach, was telling us they're trying to get something arranged in the month of January where they bring the state champs back from the 75 and 94 teams. So if you're on those teams and we're on those teams and haven't gotten your invitation yet, you might check with Coach Snyder about that. Here we go, the Warriors and the Streaks, and the tip goes to Adena, and we are underway. Bryson Smith with the basketball, picked up by McGuire. Goes out on the right wing to Kearns. In the high post, Vickers squares it off. Back to Kearns. Right side 3, and he hits it.
Well, we talked about his 3, and he said this is how you do that.
Warriors up 3-0 to start. Red Streaks back on the attack. Takes it on the right side. That's Lamerson. And threw it away. His target was Brent McGuire, but behind him and out of bounds. Again, 2 of Adena's 3 losses were in overtime on back-to-back nights, and their other one was to a very tough Washington Courthouse team. Davis Kearns baseline, goes down inside for Ader, knocked away. Kearns picks it up. Now Smith out on the arc, takes it left side to Osborne. Bounce pass in the corner. Ader reversing it back out to Osborne on the left wing. Zone defense here by the Red Streaks. Cross-court lob over to Smith. Quick pass down into the lane area. Now right wing jumper Kearns back off the rim. Rebound comes to Vickers. Now Smith resets. 3-0 Adena lead. 6:52 to go in the opening quarter. Osborne left wing. Trying to get inside that zone defense and kicks it back out to Smith. Now Vickers. Vickers picked up by McGuire. Left side to Osborne. Osborne on the dribble, down inside. Ader turns around and fires from the foul line. Shot no good. Rebound comes to Legg of Piketon. Quickly up with the Red Streaks. Davis gets it away to Bloss. Quick pass on the right side. Jumper by Legg is good.
Legg's a pretty good-sized kid. You know, he's 6'3", 6'2", but he pretty good-sized kid.
That 3 ball ties it at 3. Now Ader inside for Adena. Ball missed everything. Osborne with a rebound. Back to Ader, now knocked away by the Red Streaks. Coming up the court, down inside. Shot off the glass, no good. The putback by Legg is no good, but he is fouled, and that'll put him most likely on the line with a 2-shot foul.
Both teams with some offensive rebounds here early, so they are following the shot. When Piketon's in that zone down there, you've got to really find a spot to block somebody out of that zone. And if you don't, offensive rebounds are sometimes easy to come by.
First free throw attempt is good. Legg with 4 points, representing all of Piketon's scoring thus far.
Got a heavy brace on that right knee.
Trying for a 2-point lead, and he got them both. All 5 for Garrett Legg. 5-3 Red Streaks, 5:52 first quarter. Warriors ball. Smith brings it up with pressure by McGuire. Now they double team him out front, right side to Kearns. Kearns with a dribble, takes it a little bit closer towards the arc line. Now left cross-court pass to Osborne. He launches it over the head of Davis Kearns out of bounds.
Now Osborne was wide open, as you could see there, and a lot better to take the shot than to throw it up in the stands.
So the Warrior turnover gives it back to the Red Streaks. Bloss, quick pass in the corner for Lamerson. Lamerson, a couple of dribbles, picks it up. Pressured there by Vickers, and he throws it away. Picked off. Here comes Ader. Ader with a spin move and a reach-in foul, I think, is going to be called on the Red Streaks.
I think on the floor, I believe, before the shot.
Yep, that's on McGuire. Brent picks up his first. Substitute for the Red Streaks, Owen Armstrong checks in for Lamerson. Owen, a pretty good golfer in the fall on this Red Streaks team. All SVC in that sport. Inbound pass, left corner, Osborne for 3. Hit the back of the iron, popped up, and then dropped through. 6-5 Adena. Piketon up quickly. Nice pass down into the baseline. McGuire shot up and in. It puts the Red Streaks back in the lead at 7-6. Just under 5 minutes to go, first quarter.
Good ball movement there. Adena in that man-to-man, and Piketon did a good job.
Davis Kearns, right corner, 3-ball. Shot no good. Rebound. McGuire of Piketon. Quickly up for Davis. In the corner, back around the perimeter. Right side to Bloss. Now on top to Armstrong. Left side, McGuire. Nice pass inside and open Bloss good.
Ran the offense perfectly that time.
Red Streaks 9-6 lead. Skip pass left side to Osborne of Adena. Pass down in low for Davis Kearns. Knocked out of bounds by Declan Davis of Piketon. Warriors will get it back. Piketon's substitution brings Jaden Thacker, a 5'10 senior, into the ball game for Legg.
Coach Miller going to the bench. Got 2 people off the bench that's been in the ball game so far, so he's going to reach down there.
Warriors down by 3, have the ball. Left side, Osborne. Goes in the corner. Ader back out to Osborne. Piketon still in that zone, forcing Adena a long way from the bucket on the pass. It was kicked by McGuire. And that gives it back to Adena, but not before the Warriors call a timeout with 4:01 here in the first quarter. Piketon up on Adena by a score of 9-6. Mike Smith along with Tom Beard. This is game 3 into the SVC season for boys basketball. And both of these clubs, if you joined us late, coming in with conference records of 1-1.
Tell you what, when we look at Piketon on their defense, they're pushing that zone way out. They're picking them out almost to the half court, not quite, but they're picking them up early in that zone, and they move quick. And in a zone, that's what you have to do.
In the early scoring here of Piketon's 9 points, Garrett Legg with 5, 2 apiece from McGuire and Bloss. Adena has 3 from Osborne and 3 from Davis Kearns. Back in action, Adena will have the ball, trailing by 3. Jody Ader will inbound in the backcourt to Bryson Smith. Picked up there by McGuire. Pass ahead to Osborne. Goes back out to Smith. Double team there. Smith penetrates. Kicks it away to Osborne in the left corner. Spin move. Ball slapped out of his hands. Picked up by the Red Streaks. Now it's loose on the floor. And we're going to have a held ball. And possession error will give it to Piketon. Red Streaks substitution. Wade Fout checks in for Declan Davis. Fout, a 5'10 sophomore. Bryson Smith coming out for Adena. And that's Easton Hennis checking in for him. So Red Streaks ball, leading 9-6 with 3:38 left here in the opening quarter. Loss. Goes right side to Thacker, Jaden Thacker. Now they try to go inside. Ball knocked away by the Warriors. Hennis brings it up. Changes up now. Picks up his dribble in the high post. Vickers trying to go to Kearns, but it was slapped out of bounds by Piketon, so the Warriors will maintain possession. Looks like Hennis will inbound for the Warriors. On their own baseline, they go down inside to Osborne, and the ball slapped away from behind. The loose ball picked up by Armstrong of Piketon. Here come the Red Streaks. This is McGuire. Cross court, left side jumper, Bloss from 3. Shot no good, but down inside, the putback good by McGuire. He has 4.
Offensive rebounds, big time.
11-6, Piketon. Hennis picks up his dribble, cross-court lob over to Osborne on the left side. Picks up his dribble there. Now back over to Davis Kearns. Kearns gives it up to Vickers, back to Kearns. Goes between 2 defenders. They're going to have a reach-in foul against the Red Streaks.
Oftentimes teams are afraid to penetrate one of zone, but you can penetrate. And that baseline down there is your buddy. If you can penetrate, normally you'll find one of your teammates open down low. And I think that's maybe part of the timeout.
Foul was on Thacker. Adena ball. Kearns. Osborne, his pass deflected. Ader saves it, although it was hit last by Piketon. Adena keeps possession. Ader, left corner, 3 ball, got it. Jody Ader with his first points of the game, a 3, makes it 11-9 Piketon. Now the Red Streaks back on the attack. Trying to penetrate, ball knocked away. Vickers, 2-on-1 break, gives it up to Davis Kearns. He ties the game with a lay-in. 11-all.
First 2-pointer for Adena. They've had 3 threes.
5-0 run here by the Warriors. Just under 2 minutes to go in the first quarter. Outside, Jaden Thacker for 3. Shot no good. Rebound, Osborne of Adena. Tie game at 11. Adena ball. Hennis picks up his dribble. Cross-court lob over to Osborne. Back over to Hennis. His pass deflected out of bounds by Thacker.
Coach was show him that bounce pass. That's a bounce pass back there in that corner. That's what he said. Just put that down there.
Davis and Bloss back in for Piketon. Armstrong and McGuire come out. 11-all, Warriors ball. Minute 30 to go. Davis Kearns right side 3, no good. Rebound, Piketon. Coming up on the right wing is Bloss. Pass deflected. Stolen away by Vickers. It's a foot race to the other end. Vickers sheds his man and scores. 2 for Vickers. The Warriors up by 2. 13-11. Red Streaks back on the attack here. Long left side 3. Declan Davis. Shot no good. Put back by leg. Might have been blocked by the Warriors there. Ader down on the other end. Off to Davis Kearns. Shot no good. Kearns with a putback, no good. Kearns saves it for Ader. Ader left side jumper good. Warriors hitting the glass.
Yeah, you got to keep right after it. That's our 4th offensive rebound. They got a timeout there with Piketon.
Timeout Piketon. 43 seconds to go in the first quarter. Adena leading Piketon 15-11. We'll hold it here since we're so close to the end of this first period. But so far, Tom, it's been a game of runs.
A game of runs, and we've been having a lot of mistakes actually here early. We got 5 turnovers by Piketon, 4 by Adena. So it's been kind of up-tempo, but it is, both teams have been active in doing some runs here, and we'll see what happens as we get started here.
15-11, Warriors lead. And Piketon will have the basketball here in the closing 42.7 to be exact.
Whatever.
Back in for the Red Streaks is McGuire. In fact, I believe they've got all of their starters back in for the Red Streaks. Smith back in for Adena. And here we go. See what Coach Miller has for him in these closing 40 seconds. Pass down inside to McGuire. Ball knocked out of his hands, and as he was going up for the shot, he is fouled. Foul is going to be on Jody Ader. It's his first. And we'll put Brent McGuire on the line for 2. Brent with 4 points thus far for his Red Streaks club. First of 2 off the back of the iron, no good, but he'll get one more. Second shot forthcoming. 33 seconds left in the first quarter. McGuire's second shot, no good. Rebound comes down the leg, and another Adena foul.
Lots happening in this 42 seconds.
That foul against Andrew Vickers of Adena, his first. We'll put Garrett Legg on the line. Garrett with 5. Actually, he had Piketon's first 5 points of the ball game. First free throw try, rattles it in good. 15-12. Piketon within 3, but one more foul shot coming up for Legg. Try to make it a 2-point game. And that one is in and out, no good. Rebound, Vickers of Adena. Warriors ball, 3-point lead, 26 seconds to go, first quarter. Lob over to Davis Kearns. Forced way outside near midcourt. Smith with it with 15 seconds. Right corner, Kearns. High post, now down low to Vickers. Shot under pressure, no good. Rebound Legg. Piketon up quickly. Coming up on the right side, Declan Davis shot up short of the mark. Kearns with the rebound for Adena, and his desperation shot to the other end is no good. That is the end of the first quarter. Our score, Adena 15, Piketon 12. This is Southern Ohio Sports Authority, brought to you by OhioHealth.
At OhioHealth, you can see your doctor here or here, on this or on these. And no matter if you're over here, over there, or anywhere in between, you'll feel good knowing OhioHealth provides the finest care anywhere. Schedule care today at ohiohealth.com/finestcare.
Here at Glockner's, we know how valuable your time is, and that's why our priority is to provide you a quick and easy service. We will get you in and out and on your way immediately. So schedule your next service appointment at Glockner.com.
Mike Smith and Tom Beard back with you as we're getting ready to go into the second quarter. A late second quarter score. Zane Trace leading Unioto 25-20, leading Unioto. Also, Miami Trace leading Logan Elm 41-21 going into the fourth quarter.
A lot of size difference in those those two teams.
Adena will have the ball to start the second quarter. Again, leading by 3. Davis Kearns and Jody Ader leading the Warriors with 5 apiece. Garrett Legg with 6 to lead the Red Streaks. Ader left side, high post to Kearns. Nice behind the back pass inside to Vickers, lays it in.
Very nice pass there. Great assist.
Red Streaks back up quickly. Going down inside with a runner. Good. Declan Davis with his first 2, 17-14. Half a minute into the second quarter. Piketon within 3. Smith pass to Kearns on the right side. And a reach-in foul is going to be called on Weston Bloss of Piketon, his first.
Tell you what, Piketon's having some success down low. They seem to be getting the ball in a reasonable shot down low. So they're working against that man-to-man, doing a pretty good job of it.
Warriors ball in a 3-point lead. Smith. Davis Kearns out on the wing. Trying to go to Ader inside, or actually in the circle, and a reach-in foul by Gabe Lamerson, his first. Common foul. The Warriors will have it out under their own basket.
Yeah, against that zone, that's a great place. Right there at the foul line, get that ball there. You turn, you can look at your teammates at baseline, and good things can happen.
Lob in to Davis Kearns. Now Ader out on the left side, a 3-ball good. Jody Ader with 8 points. Warriors up 20-14. Red Streaks down quickly. That's Garrett Legg on the right side. Shot no good. Ader with a rebound for the Warriors. Now Kearns on the left side. I believe the ball was knocked out of his hand when he went up for the shot, so Adena should get the ball back.
You think about the threes. Adena hit 50% of the threes in that first quarter. They were 3 of 6. They opened up here in the second quarter and hit a 3 right off the bat. So their threes been good to them.
Smith off to Ader on the left corner, rattles around and falls in.
That baseline's open there.
10 for Ader, 22-14 Adena. And the Red Streaks throw it away. That was Bloss looking for his man on the right side, but by the time the pass came, Declan Davis had already cut back door.
Too much in a hurry. That's 6 turnovers for Piketon, and Adena with 4. So several turnovers here early.
So the Warriors with the ball, 22-14 lead, 6:22 to go. Here in the first half.
Man-to-man now, Piketon's changed it up.
Hennis hands it off to Kearns, across the key, ball swatted out of bounds by Davis, Declan Davis. Substitution for the Red Streaks, Jaden Thacker comes back, replacing Garrett Legg. Garrett will sit down with 6 points.
I'm sure Adena's glad to see that man-to-man. I'm sure that's what they're accustomed of practicing against a lot, and zones can sometimes throw a curveball to you.
Davis Kearns, left side of the arc, now on the wing to Ader, back to Kearns. Kearns trying to back down into the lane, ball knocked away, picks it up. Ader in the circle, lets it go, shot off the mark. Osborne with a putback, no good. Ader with a tip in.
Ader's quite a leaper. He is quite a leaper.
And the ball on the other end, Piketon almost lost it, got it back, and then they threw it away. Ader, by the way, has 12 points to lead Adena. Easton Hennis will come out, and checking in is Vickers. 24-14, Adena with their biggest lead of the ball game here at 14. Smith will bring it up for the Warriors. Kearns trying to go back down in low to Ader, but the ball is loose. Piketon comes out with it. McGuire on the run. Brent into the lane, shot no good, but he draws a foul, I believe, on Davis Kearns.
Yeah, I think so.
That'll put McGuire on the line.
Kearns was a little bit behind him and went over the top, but not a lot of question about the contact.
McGuire with 4 points currently for the Red Streaks as they trail by 10 with 5:25 to go in the first half. He'll get 2 shots on this. First try, rims in and out, but he'll get 1 more. 1 more to come. Second try. Good. Brent McGuire makes 1 of 2. He has 5 points, 24-15. Adena lead cut to 9. Smith brings it up for Adena. Top of the key. Hands it off to Ader. Fakes the shot. Now Ader penetrates down in low from 10. He got it.
Ader's tough. He gets up. If you notice the elevation on his shots, he gets up in the air. He can really spring.
26-15. Ader already with 14 points here in the first half. 5 minutes to go. Right side jumper for the Red Streaks, no good. Kept alive. Osborne with a rebound. Smith penetrates, gets inside, scoop shot, no good. Tipped up by Vickers, no good, and his follow-up will draw a foul. 4 rebounds for Vickers. Legg has 5 to lead the Red Streaks, and Vickers will go to the line to shoot 2. He has 4 points right now.
That was Adena's 7th offensive rebound. And I'll tell you what, we talked about that before this game started. All important to get rebounds. Boy, if you can get offensive rebounds, it really is tough on your opponent.
Vickers' first free throw attempt off the rim, no good. He'll get 1 more.
That's the first foul shot for Adena tonight.
Wade Fout for Piketon checking in for Declan Davis. Vickers will get 1 more try. Second one is in and out. No good. Got a loose ball foul.
Wow.
And I think that's going to go against Piketon.
Yeah, it is.
Ader was going for the loose ball, and they said that Jaden Thacker got a hold of him. So that's Jaden's second foul. He'll come out, and Garrett Legg will check back in.
That could have been really probably not called. It was both was going for the ball. It's just that Adena had a little better position.
Ader left side three, no good. Loose ball picked up by Piketon. Legg with his 6th rebound here in the early going. Armstrong, Legg, right side it goes. Down in low to McGuire. McGuire backs it off. Pass to the wing, knocked away by Smith, so Piketon will maintain possession. 4:26 to go in the half. Adena leading 26-15. McGuire will inbound right in front of the Adena bench. On the right side, Bloss, picked up by Smith. Lob over to Legg. Legg backs it off between the circles. This is Bloss. Right side to McGuire. 4:10 left in the half. Lob back out front to Garrett Legg. Left corner, Bloss. Out front to Fout. Down in low. Top of the key. Left low post. Now hands it off to Fout. Goes inside. Ball knocked away. Picked up by Kearns of Adena.
A lot of ball movement, but you end up with that turnover, and all it goes to null.
So the Warriors with the ball in an 11-point lead. Smith gets an opening to the lane, lays it up, it won't fall, and they say an offensive foul against Smith. Looked like Bryson was trying to contort his body not to charge, but the referee said he did make contact. Good defensive play by the Red Streaks. Vickers will check out of the ball game for Adena. Hennis back in. Also now with Adena is going to bring in Lucas King to replace Davis Kearns. Piketon ball down by 11. 3:30 to go, first half. Legg. Ball knocked away by Osborne. Osborne coming up on the right side, down into the lane. Shot off the glass, no good. Kept alive, McGuire with a rebound. On the right wing, Armstrong. McGuire leans in, blocked by Ader, goes out of bounds, so Piketon will get it back. Ader with the block shot. Piketon ball. This will be Weston Bloss to inbound under the Piketon basket. They lob it right down in low to McGuire. Easy two. Brent with 7 now for the Red Streaks. 26-17 with 3 minutes now to go in the first half. Smith hands it off to Ader. Pass down in low to Osborne. Kicks it away to Ader. Right side three. Buries it.
Tell you what, he is having quite an evening from the three.
17 points for Jody Ader. 29-17 Adena, and we got a foul on the left side, and I think that's on Ader.
It was, but that's a hustle foul. When you have someone going after the ball, that he was just probably a split second from making a really good play, but those things happen. But it was a hustle foul.
Vickers back in for Adena, replacing Ader. And for Piketon, they've got Connor Daniels, a freshman, in for the first time tonight. Fouled on the left wing. 2:30 to go in the first half. Ball knocked away. It's loose on the floor. Good hustle by Adena. They lob it down the court. Daniels runs underneath it. Then he throws it out to the wing, and it's picked off by Legg of Piketon.
A little sloppiness right now.
Chance here for the Red Streaks to cut it to 10. Ball knocked out of bounds, Piketon ball. Halftime score, Paint Valley leads Huntington 30-29. It's a halftime score. Remember, going into that game, Paint Valley's undefeated. Of course, that Battle of the Hills, that's a rivalry.
I was going to say.
3 ball from the right side. Garrett Legg connects. 29-20. Get 9 for Legg. Under 2 minutes. 29-20. Warriors lead of 12 down to 9. Hennis pulls back at the foul line and hits. Easton Hennis with his first 2. 31-20 Adena. Armstrong way out on the right wing. Takes it to the top of the key. Left side, Bloss. Bloss goes across the lane. Deals right side the leg. Now back out to Bloss. Left side, Daniels. Hands it off the leg. Kicks it out alone to Fout. 3 ball. No good. Ball deflected way out front. Picked off by Adena. Lucas King. King left open on the left wing. Fires from 3 and he hits.
Didn't take him long to get in the scoring column.
Says, let me get in on the act. 34-20 Adena. And we have a timeout with 1:07 to play in the half. Adena 34. Piketon 20. Mike Smith, Tom Beard, our producer Dewey Daly with you here on the Southern Ohio Sports Authority, brought to you by OhioHealth. Well, Adena's 12-point lead. Piketon cut it down to 9, and then Adena gets a couple of big defensive plays and big buckets on their end.
And Piketon's called a timeout in the first quarter with 42 seconds left. Now it's 1:07 to go here in the second quarter. So Adena's made a push at the end of both of the quarters, which has caused Piketon some headaches. And but turnovers, we'll get to the stats here in a little bit, but turnovers is a big deal. And right now, Piketon's not doing a real good job taking care of the basketball.
So Adena currently on a 5-0 run after Piketon had cut it back to 9. And the Warriors up by 14 as we're in the closing minute.
Piketon went to that man-to-man and really kind of, I think it took a while for Adena to get adjusted to it. And but now that they seem to get that ball movement and moving out of that zone, it may have ended up helping Adena.
1:07 to go in the half. 34-20 Adena. Piketon ball at midcourt. All the players pretty much the same as we come out of the timeout. Davis tries to hit McGuire down on the low post, but it went through his hands out of bounds. Adena ball with a minute to go in the half.
11 turnovers for Piketon. I couldn't wait to tell you. And then 6 for Adena, so that's a big, big margin of difference here.
Ennis brings it up, hands it off to King. King falls down and picked up by the Red Streaks. Bloss quickly ahead. McGuire cuts across the lane, down in the lane. McGuire shot no good. Loose ball tracked down by the Red Streaks. It's Condor Daniels in the corner. Left side open, Bloss. Shot no good. Ball batted around. It's a foot race. Picked up by Osborne of Adena. He takes it to the hole. Shot off the mark. Rebound by Piketon. And as we're coming up the court, ball slapped away out of bounds. Piketon will get it back with 23 seconds to play in the first half. Still 34-20 Adena. This is McGuire. Inbound to Armstrong. Now over to Davis, Declan Davis. Penetrates, kicks it away to Armstrong. Back out to Bloss. 10 seconds. Armstrong, Bloss. Right side to Daniels. Down to 3 seconds. 2, a long shot by Bloss off the rim, no good. And time expires to end the first half. Stay with us. We'll have halftime stats coming up for you at the break. Adena 34, Piketon 20. This is the Southern Ohio Sports Authority, brought to you by OhioHealth.
Michelle and her dad. Decades of dares. 1 month of learning to jump. First day doing it solo. And 2 years since starting cancer treatment at OhioHealth.
This broadcast is brought to you in part by Willie & Son Trucking. Willie & Son Trucking has been a proud supporter of local student-athletes, coaches, and athletic programs throughout its history. Be sure to look out for the Shack Athlete of the Week presented by Willie & Son Trucking each week at SOSAOhio.com.
Mike Smith and Tom Beard back with you here on the Southern Ohio Sports Authority. Again, brought to you by OhioHealth. We'll get to some stats of our ball game here in just a moment, but just getting a final score in boys basketball. Miami Trace remains undefeated on the season as they put it on Logan Elm today, 50-33. The last check we had on Zane Trace And Unioto, they were up 26-20. And that is a halftime score with Zane Trace leading the Unioto Shermans. Again, our score, Adena up on Piketon 34-20. If you joined us late, Piketon had an 11-6 lead before the Warriors went on a 7-0 run, and Adena never trailed after that. They've had leads as much as here at the break, 14. Piketon did get it down under double digits at 9, 29-20 before the Warriors finished the half on that 5-0 run. Here are the stats for you from Adena in the first half. Jody Ader has 17 points. That includes 3 3-pointers. 5 points for Davis Kearns. 4 points for Andrew Vickers. 3 apiece for Lucas King and Caleb Osborne. And then 2 points for Easton Hennis. The Red Streaks are led by Garrett Legg with 9 points. 7 for Brent McGuire and 2 apiece for Weston Bloss and Declan Davis. Legg of Piketon also has 6 rebounds to lead his club, where Vickers and Kearns lead Adena with 4 rebounds apiece. Tom's still working on his stats, and just letting you know where we'll be next Saturday night, girls basketball in the SVC. Paint Valley will be at Huntington, talking about that boys game being only a 1-point difference at halftime. That's always a rivalry in any matchup that those two schools get together. But we'll have SVC girls basketball, Tom and I, again at Huntington next Saturday, where the Lady Huntsmen will host the Paint Valley Lady Bearcats. Thomas, you got them ready?
I'll tell you what, I wish you did.
You've been doing this for a while, I understand.
Well, yeah, but it seems like my numbers are not quite where I want them to be, but we'll go with these.
Okay.
It's got to be close. We know who's ahead here. That's important.
Well, I'm ready when you are.
Well, I tell you what, halftime on the foul shots, Adena's 0 for 2. And for Piketon, they are 4 of 8 from the foul line for 50%. Overall shooting, Piketon shooting only 27%. They're 10 of 18 for 22%. And looking at Adena, they are 14 of 26 for 54%. They had a big second quarter there. They were 8 of 12. And they're 6 of 10 from the three-point line for 60%. So they've been doing a good job from the three. When you look at the big factor on the turnovers, 11 turnovers for Piketon at half and 7 for Adena at half. And on the rebounding side, we got 11 rebounds for Piketon, and we have 13 for Adena. So that's one place they're close. And again, the overall shooting of the threes has been big for Adena here in the first half.
But you were talking earlier that a lot of second chance opportunities for the Warriors early in the game has, made a difference at that time in that run.
Yeah, there's no doubt. They have 7 offensive rebounds, and again, you give people that many opportunities. But Piketon's had 4. So overall, the rebounding's pretty close. But the turnovers, when they came and the results like you mentioned, that makes a big difference. And that's what we've had here so far in the first half.
One other update on that Zane Trace Unioto game. We now see that there's 3:20 to go in the third quarter. Zane Trace leading Unioto 45-36. So the Pioneers at last check leading that one by 9. As we just gave you a final score, Miami Trace stays undefeated and they beat Logan Elm 50-33. We're going to take a little bit of a break. We'll have second half action coming up for you. Again, at the break, Adena 34, Piketon 20. You're watching the Southern Ohio Sports Authority, brought to you by OhioHealth.
Parmar store near you now, there will be soon. That's the slogan, and that's what we believe at Parmar stores. From groceries to gas and all the other stuff you need, Parmar has it. Download the Parmar app for even more savings, and don't forget the Parmar Rewards Card too. We also believe in being a big part of your community, so look for us at the ball game or wherever you are. Shop us today, like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and remember, if there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
Mike Smith, Tom Beard, also our producer Dewey Daly, and our cameraman Carson Francis here at Adena High School, 34-20. Adena leading Piketon here at the break. Taking a look at some other updates throughout Southern Ohio. In boys basketball, into the first quarter, Wheelersburg leading Colgrove by a score of 11-7. They had the Berg had a tight one last night with South Webster, winning by 2 points. But that matchup between those two teams last year, I think they even split. But both games was like a 2 or 3 point difference in both of their matchups.
Well, when you look at this game, Mike, Piketon's got to start taking care of the basketball. And again, the thing you always talk about is shooting. Them shooting only 27% there in the first half compared to 54% for Adena. So that's telling you that Adena's shooting twice as good. So Piketon's got to pick up the offense.
Other than cutting down on the turnovers, seems like Piketon has been trying to get the ball down inside, but Adena's done a good job collapsing on that man that gets the ball down in the lane.
Right. Well, sometimes, when you get it down there, it's kind of like getting in the coffin corner.
Yeah.
And if your defense comes across and does what the things they should do when it gets there. But you'd like to keep it out of that position. But Piketon has found some success to get it in there. But Adena's done a good job, like you said, defending it and taking away those baskets. But Adena's had some opportunities on the inside, and they've not made the shots. But, boy, their outside shooting, 6 of 10 from the three. That's pretty good stuff.
Let's see here. Another update. I believe this is, MSL, Mid-State League Buckeye action. This is a final in girls basketball. Circleville, a winner over Liberty Union, 70-37. I think Lady Tigers have only lost one game in the conference, and that was to Bloom Carroll, who's really special this year. Talking about Bloom Carroll, their boys haven't even played a game yet because
they've been playing football.
The football team went all the way to the state championship game, so they have yet to play a game. Our second half getting ready to go here. Adena up on Piketon by a score of 34-20. And talking about what Piketon needs to do, if you're Coach O'Laker, keep doing more of the same thing, I guess?
Yeah, it would be interesting to see if Piketon comes out different. Yeah, I think that, like I said, I think the adjustment from Piketon went from a zone to a man-to-man. It took Adena a while to adjust, and again, I think that's their strong suit. They'd rather play against a man-to-man. But it'll be interesting to see if Coach Miller comes out in the zone that he started with or if he's going to stay with the man-to-man. So as far as the speed and all that goes, I think they match up pretty good.
Both teams over on their sidelines getting some last-minute instructions before we get this third quarter underway. Again, both of these teams looking to go to 2-1 in the SVC. Now, the Warriors up by 14, but keep in mind the two games they lost in overtime. I don't know that they had as much as a 14-point lead, but I know they had a 7 or 8 point lead in one of those ball games. So can't take your foot off the accelerator if you're in that lead. And for Piketon, it's let's get it together here. And you can't make all those 14 points up at once. You just got to whittle it away while you can.
Well, we talk about teams able to finish, and that's a real important thing that teams can finish. So we'll see what Adena does here tonight. But there's something about it. Even I don't care what level you're watching. When it gets down to that, last couple minutes of the ball game, you got to be able to close the door and take away to win. So we'll see how this works out.
Red Streaks will have the ball to start the third quarter. Trailing by 14, Bloss with it. Right side of the court to Lamerson. Around the horn it goes. Bloss on the left side trying to go inside. Stolen away by Vickers of Adena. Here comes Smith. Lobs to the right wing. Davis Kearns pulls up from 15. Shot off the iron, no good. Rebound. Legg. That's 7 rebounds for Garrett Legg of Piketon. Now down in the lane on the right side. Shot up there by Davis, no good. Adena with a rebound. Half a minute deep into the third quarter. Score still 34-20 Warriors.
Now back into the zone.
Which is what Piketon started the game with, and then when they got down, they jumped out in that man. Right side, Vickers. Out front, Davis Kearns. Left side, Ader. Goes baseline, jumper off the rim. Rebound, McGuire of Piketon. pushes it ahead on the right side. Declan Davis fires. Shot no good. Vickers with a rebound for Adena.
Well, I think they're trying to pick up the tempo, but the thing of it is no one's getting very good results.
Smith with a no-look pass, and it rolls out of bounds as no one was there.
The only thing that gave it a chance that time, as you could see, it went clear across court, so I think he was in hopes that one of his teammates would get there and pick that ball up.
Easton Hennis checks in for Smith. And the Red Streaks with the ball back. Oh, nice quick pass down inside. It's blocked by Ader. That's his second block.
Tell you what, he's a real problem for these kids. He not only shoots the ball, he does a good job on defense.
Vickers left wide open, easy two. 36-20 Adena. 6 by Vickers. McGuire on the other end. His pass knocked down by Kearns of Adena, picked up by Hennis.
Well, Piketon's trying to be attack and trying to play fast, but not getting very good results.
Kearns tries to lob down inside, knocked away by Lamerson. Piketon needing a quick start, and of course, Adena's only scored 1 bucket thus far, but they have the ball back, leading by 16. Davis Kearns, right side 3, off the rim. McGuire with a rebound. 5 rebounds for Brent. And the Warriors steal it on the other side of the half-court line. 6 minutes to go, third quarter. Warrior ball and a 16-point lead. Bounce pass. Hennis. Ader, left side. Lobs in the high post to Kearns. Goes away to Osborne on the right side. Now back to Kearns. Foul line jumper. Rolling off the rim. Rebound. Garrett Legg. That's 8 rebounds for Legg. Right side 3 by Lamerson. Off the mark.
I'll tell you, both teams right now, a lot colder than it is outside.
Hennis with a rebound. Kicks it ahead. Davis Kearns right side 3, and he buries it. And that is 8 points for Kearns. And a Piketon player goes down. I believe that's Lamerson. And comes up limping, so I think he's going to come out. Checking in is Owen Armstrong. Also Jaden Thacker. McGuire will also come out for the Red Streaks.
Lamerson's a big boy. You know, if you go back and remember the Lamersons that we've had at Piketon over the years, most of them were kind of tall and slim, but he's far from that. He's a big kid.
39-20. This is Adena's biggest lead of the game thus far at 19, but Piketon with the ball and 5:20 to go in the third quarter. Nice pass down inside. The man going down the lane. He's pretty sure that's going to be a foul against Adena.
I think home Vickers.
Reporting a mugging there on Andrew Vickers, which is his second foul.
Well, I think he got wrapped up when he reached around him, and then he couldn't get away from him, and it was kind of like they were hugging each other.
Vickers out. Smith back in. Garrett Legg down inside with a strong move and score. 11 for Garrett. 39-22, his first bucket of the second half. Lazy pass picked up, though, by the Warriors. Hennis, left corner, back out to Osborne on the left wing. They go down inside to Ader. He had the open track, but he slipped and fell. Somehow tried to keep it alive. And as the ball went out of bounds, they said it hit a Piketon player last, so the Warriors catch a break and will get it back.
Yeah, it looks like a turnover for sure.
4:50 left in the third quarter, 39-22 Adena. Inbound to Hennis. Smith swings it around out front. He falls down. Owen Armstrong picks it up. 2-on-2. Deals left side. Bloss. Fakes. And then going up with the shot is Legg, and he is fouled, and that'll put Garrett on the line for 2. That Adena foul is going to be on Easton Hennis, his first.
Easton was going to make sure he didn't make that shot.
So Garrett Legg, who's led the offense for the Red Streaks tonight with 11 points, will step up to the charity stripe for 2. First one good. 39-23. And what's the? I think they got maybe some moisture on the court that they want to take care of before they get back into action.
Well, I think that's where Smith hit the floor a while ago. And
update, 7:12 to go in the game. Zane Trace starting to pull away. A 5-0 run, 51-32 in favor of Zane Trace. Girls basketball in the Mid-State League, Tays Valley beat Hamilton Township 46-22. Back in action, and the Warriors with the ball. Fires from the outside. Davis Kearns shot no good. Rebound by Legg. Quickly up. Red Streaks. Kicks it back out front. Top of the key. 3-ball shot. No good. Loose ball picked up by the Warriors. That's Ader on the rebound. Still 39-24 Adena, and the Warriors with the ball. Ader goes behind the back trying to shake loose from his defender. And finally a foul is going to be called on Garrett Legg.
Tell you what, though, he was performing that in quite a crowd. That was really tight where he was going behind his back and so forth. But only a junior, but he's got an awful lot of athletic ability.
Common foul. The Warriors will have it out on the side. This is Davis Kearns slashing into the lane. Right-hander, no good. Tried to put back. Won't fall, but he draws a foul in the process.
Volley shot, got the offensive board, but couldn't put it down.
That'll put Kearns on the line. The foul called on Piketon's Garrett Legg. Or check that. They still hadn't moved it off the previous foul. That's on Declan Davis, his first. First shot by Kearns rattles in and through.
Only the third foul shot by Adena this whole ball game, and you would think as fast up and pace that we've been having that there would be more at the line, but that's number 4 coming up.
Well, he did make the free throw, I thought. They haven't tacked it up on the scoreboard yet. Should be 40 to.
They may have called violation of some kind. We didn't see
So apparently they wiped it off. But since it was a 2-shot foul, he got one more, and he missed that one. Osborne with a rebound.
Wow, so that foul shot did not work.
Left side jumper, no good by Ader. And now they finally gave the point to Adena, so we're kind of confused on what happened there. 40-24. Shot on the outside by the Warriors, no good, out of bounds. So earlier, where we thought they hadn't given them the point, they ended up putting it up there. So it's 40-24 Adena with 3:36 left in the third, and the Warriors basketball.
They don't know that stats is already tough enough for me when they do stuff like that.
Don't mess me up here. Ennis with it, picks up his dribble, pass to Smith out near the midcourt circle. Pass kind of lofted out there, and that was easy pickings for Owen Armstrong to get in there and knock it away. And then in the process, Adena commits the foul. That is on Hennis, his second. Piketon will have the ball out of bounds.
The Piketon's put themselves in a tough position here, down 16. They got to make something happen. They've been trying to pick up and speed it up and get the ball down inside and attack, but it's just not worked out yet.
Coming up on the left side, Thacker dumps it down in low to Armstrong, got under the basket. He's turnaround, is blocked by Ader. Out on the break is Davis Kearns. He lays it up, no good, but a foul. That'll put Kearns most likely on the line.
Tell you what, Ader is really, really good, offensively and defensively. He has got great timing, great leaping ability, and he's made some big plays tonight.
Kearns with 9 points will step up to the line, 40-24 Adena. Update, Zane Trace with 5:21 to go, up 53-37 over Uniota. First shot by Kearns is good. That's 10 for him. Also at halftime, Wheelersburg leading Coldgrove 24-14. So unless something drastic changes, Zane Trace will improve to 3-0 in the season in the league. Kearns' second shot around the rim and in. That's 11 for Davis. 42-24 Adena, leading by 18.
Another pressure by Adena, as you can see.
Lobs down the court. That leaves a man open, and Owen Armstrong, and he lays it in. First two for Owen. 42-26, 2:45 left in the third quarter.
Piketon doing a good job breaking that pressure, and they made it look pretty easy.
Ader pressure, gets it away to Smith. Now back. Bounce pass. Lobs it left side. Ader backs off. 15-footer, no good. Osborne with a rebound. Now out to Davis Kearns for three, and he hits.
Well, he kicked it out to Kearns, but he had a great shot inside there and didn't take it.
Piketon players slow to get up, and that's why they halted play. 45-26 after the Kearns basket. And they're going to take, I think, Weston Bloss out. He's the one that went down. And Wade Fout will check in.
That's the 8th free for Adena tonight. They are 8 of 15 from the 3 line. That's 50 plus. That's pretty good shooting.
So doing a little housekeeping chores down there.
Well, it's humid outside, and some of that carries on the inside, I think. And
reminds me of a story.
Reminds me of a story of long ago.
45-26. Piketon ball, trailing by 19. Breaks the pressure. Davis fired a bullet to Armstrong. Owen dumps it down in low to Leg. Strong move to the hole, good.
Leg's good size lad. He's strong, and he gets the ball down there. Not a lot you're going to do with it.
14 for Garrett. That makes it 45-28. Warriors back on the attack. Long-range bomber. Easton Hennis from 3.
Well, Easton's coming off the bench here, and I think that's 5 points for him, so he's picked up a couple big baskets.
48-28 with 1:45 left in the third. McGuire kicks it out front. Jump shot off the rim. Ball rebounded by Ader. Lobs it down to court. And Davis Kearns with an easy lay, and he has 16, 50-28 Adena.
I really didn't think this game would be quite this far apart. I thought it'd be a little closer.
Red Streaks almost lost it, but Leg picks it up. Right wing foul. Lazy pass out front, and that is Ader on the steal. Goes in for the layup.
I think he wanted to go up big time there, but just didn't get quite the opportunity.
Timeout, Piketon. 1:07 to go in the third. Adena 52, Piketon 28. This is boys high school basketball on the Southern Ohio Sports Authority, brought to you by OhioHealth.
At OhioHealth, you can see your doctor here or here, on this or on these. And no matter if you're over here, over there, or anywhere in between, you'll feel good knowing OhioHealth provides the finest care anywhere. Schedule care today at ohiohealth.com/finestcare.
Here at Glockner's, we know how valuable your time is, and that's why our priority is to provide you a quick and easy service. We will get you in and out and on your way immediately. So schedule your next service appointment at Glockner.com.
Mike Smith and Tom Beard back with you. 52-28 Adena here late in the third quarter. Elsewhere, what was a 1-point game at halftime. Paint Valley starting to pull away from Huntington, 43-32. That's a third quarter score. Paint Valley going into that game undefeated. Zane Trace was pulling away late, double-digit lead on Unioto. If both of those teams win, they would remain tied in the SVC at 3-0. The winner of this ball game looking to improve to 2-1 in the conference. That would leave them a game out. And right now it's Adena with a big lead. Piketon with the basketball. McGuire brings it ahead to Leg. Bounce pass inside, knocked away by Osborne. Lobs it ahead. It's a foot race. Smith catches up with it. Shot up, no good. Rebound by Foul of Piketon. Under a minute to go in the third.
Whoops, he walked.
And he traveled with the basketball.
17 turnovers for Piketon, 9 for Adena, so another big factor in the game. But the shooting for the threes for Adena has really been really good.
So the Warriors get it back. 50 seconds to go in the third. 52-28 lead. Lob left side, Lucas King. Bounce pass down the inside to Osborne, double team. Now King in the left corner. Shot might have been deflected by a Red Streak defender, but the Warriors steal it. King gets it inside, shot no good. Rebound by McGuire of Piketon. 30 seconds to go in the third. Here comes Brent. McGuire in the lane, dishes away on the right side. Thacker kicks it away left side. Foul shot no good. Ball kicks out of bounds. Adena ball with 16 seconds to go in the third.
Piketon's going to have to go back to the drawing board here. Their shooting has just not been there tonight. They've had a really struggle.
14 seconds left in the third. Bryson Smith of Adena walking it up. McGuire meets him at midcourt. 8 seconds. Lob in the right corner. Kearns steps up from 15. Shot off the iron, no good. McGuire with a rebound, and time expires to end the third quarter. 3 quarters in the books. Our score: Adena 52, Piketon 28. This is high school boys basketball on the Southern Ohio Sports Authority, brought to you by OhioHealth.
See everything Southern Ohio Sports Authority presented by OhioHealth has to offer by visiting our website at SOSAOhio.com for complete coverage of area athletes and teams, including game stories, features, live streams of games, player and coach interviews, nightly scores, area standings, and much more. You can even view and purchase action photos from our more than 100 galleries. That's SOSAOhio.com for the best local sports coverage around.
Are you in a bind and need an oil change right now? No problem. Did you forget to make an appointment? No problem. Just stop by any Glockner location and we'll squeeze you in and get you on the road quickly. Really, it's
Mike Smith, Tom Beard, along with our producer Dewey Daly and cameraman Carson Francis at Adena High School, with the Warriors up big here headed to the fourth quarter, 52-28. And leading scorer for Adena. Even though he's had only 2 points in the second half, Jody Ader has 19 because he had 17 in the first half. Davis Kearns has come on strong in the second half. He has 16. The only Warriors in double figures. And Garrett Legg of Piketon, the only red streak in double figures. He has 14.
Okay, when you look at these overall stats here, Adena shot 32% that corner. They were only 5 of 16, but they were 3 of 6 from the three-point line for 50. Piketon only shot 4 of 10 for 40% and 0 for 3 on the three-point line.
Well, the Warriors started with the ball, lost it, got it right back. Ader on the drive, and the fast break scores. It's 21 for Ader. 54-28, Warriors. That's a bounce pass to the wing. Gabe Emerson, and Vickers was leaning on him pretty heavy.
I don't think he'd probably called that, but when he went out of bounds, he said he was definitely pushed. So I think he was trying to avoid blowing that whistle, but he got it done.
So the foul against Adena.
Wow.
Red Streaks keep it, but the inbound pass stolen by Smith. Bryson on the drive and scores. First 2 points for Smith, 56-28, Adena.
That's 20 turnovers for Piketon. They've had a rough time taking care of the basketball tonight.
Not good. That many is too many. Left corner three by Blah. Shot no good. Rebound by Davis Kearns. Kearns leads it up on the break. Shot up off the glass, no good. Rebound by the Red Streaks, and then they threw it away. Ader. Shot, no good. Rebound by Piketon's Garrett Legg. That's his 10th rebound. So Garrett with a double-double right now for Piketon.
Well, Garrett's played hard, and he's been the bright spot there as far as the offense and overall play.
Across the key, ball stolen away by Kearns. Davis Kearns on the drive, lays it in. 18 for Kearns. 58-28, and Adena 30-point lead. Biggest lead of the ball game. Red Streaks on the drive. I think they'll count that one. Jaden Thacker as he went to the hole, and he'll get one, +1.
I thought that whistle actually sounded before he got to the basket, but I must be drifting in my old age.
You just haven't been watching enough NBA basketball.
Yeah, I don't watch the NBA basketball much. That's another game again.
Oh yeah. Although the Cleveland Cavaliers are having a good year. Anytime they can beat LeBron and the Lakers, that's a great game.
I did see a little bit of that.
Thacker with an old-fashioned three, a field goal and free throw. 58-31. Adena lead with 6:20 to go in the game. Pass somehow got through the defense. Vickers down in low. Shot won't drop. McGuire. No, check that. That's foul with a rebound. Pulls back to the corner. Bloss with Smith on him. Out front to Connor Daniels. And his pass back to the wing, stolen by Smith. Smith one-on-one down inside, scored. 4 for Smith, 60-31 Adena. 5:45 to go in the ball game. Nice pass down in low. Trying to square up. Now kicks it away to Bloss. Shot off the rim. Kearns with a rebound for Adena. 7 boards for Kearns. He brings it up. Goes in the left corner to Ader. Back to Kearns on the wing. Cross-court lob. Hennis wide open for 3. Off the rim. Rebound comes to Jaden Thacker of Piketon. Thacker, nice pass to Bloss. Missed a layup. The putback by Armstrong, no good. Now Thacker tries again, no good. And there's Armstrong finally getting it in.
3 offensive rebounds right there, folks. That's a lot.
60-33 Adena. Quickly ahead. Kearns on the right wing. 3-ball good. 21 for Kearns.
Well, obviously, trading baskets is not going to work out here. And Pike just got to pick it up somehow.
Kearns and Ader both with 21 to lead the Warriors.
Wow.
Smith knocks it away. Picked back up by Piketon. In the lane, scoop shot, no good. Ball batted away. Bloss has it. Off to Armstrong. To the hole, a runner by Owen Armstrong. Timeout. 4:28 left in the ball game. Adena leading Piketon 63-35. We'll hold it right here on the Southern Ohio Sports Authority. Again, brought to you by OhioHealth. See if we've got any other final scores around the area. Last check, Zane Trace up on Uniota 59-46. That was with 2:25 to play. So we're probably getting, now with a minute 15 to go, Zane Trace up 65-53. So looking more and more like Zane Trace will go to 3-0. At last check, Paint Valley was up on Huntington by 11. If the Bearcats win, they too would go to 3-0. If Adena comes out on top here, which they're up by 30, or almost 30, 28, they would go to 2-1.
Well, I'm sure there's a lot of fouls on the foul line right now in that Zane Trace Uniota game, because that's the only way you're going to get it back in, but no more time than they've got. So I imagine you'll see a lot of foul shots going on there.
Smith off to Kearns on the right wing. Davis pulls the trigger from 3. No good. Piketon's Connor Daniels with the rebound. His outlet pass stolen away by Osborne. Gives it up to Smith. Kicks it left corner. Easton Dennis. Or Dennis, I should say. Hennis. Shot no good. The putback by Davis Kearns. Good. Davis has just kind of been right place, right time here in the last quarter. He's just 2 rebounds away from a double-double. Foul out front against Adena. That's on Dalen Graves, who just checked in the ball game. 65-35 Adena. 3:47 to go. Piketon with the basketball.
Whoops, that was close. Very close over
tippy
and back.
toe there on that line.
Yep.
Bloss shot outside, no good. Osborne with a rebound. He's got 7 boards. See if Adena might spread it out here a little bit, eat up some of this clock.
I think they're having a lot of fun putting the ball in the basket. I'm not sure they will.
Outside Hennis. Now Smith. Hennis swings it around, deals it down into Osborne, kicks it away to Smith. Left side 3, missed everything. And that goes out of bounds to Piketon. Red Streaks now reaching down to their bench. Mason Thacker, also Grayson Roberts, and Zach Hanna, close to Jack Hanna. So some new bodies coming in here for the Red
If he'd
Streaks.
have had a monkey on his back, it could have been Jack Hanna.
Yeah, it'd have been a dead giveaway.
Yeah.
Or a bird on his shoulder or something.
Yeah, something.
Nice play down inside. That is Mason Thacker with 2. 65-37, Adena. 3 minutes to go in the ball game. Hennis with it. And he traveled. Kind of did a little reverse pivot there and did the old 2-step. Substitution for Adena. Ryan Richendaler will check in for Caleb Osborne. Caleb with only 3 points tonight, but really has done the yeoman's work on the glass with 7 rebounds. Piketon ball, and they threw it away.
Well, I think the guy
He
coming
was
off the
confused.
bench to come into the game, he thought he was on the floor, and he threw it right to him.
Oh.
Well, almost to him. Anyhow, he threw it away.
Yeah, Declan Davis saw Leighton Kelly coming up the sideline to check in, and he hadn't got in the game yet.
He said, I know he was in the game.
Jamie Bryant checks in for Adena, replacing Davis Kearns, who leaves with 23 points and 8 rebounds.
25 turnovers for Piketon in this game. That's just something that they just really got to work on taking care of the basketball.
2:35 to go in the game. Adena ball in a 65-37 lead. Dennis kicks it away to Richendaler on the right side. Shot no good. Loose ball scramble. It's rebounded by Hannah, and then they said a held ball scenario. So that'll give the Red Streaks the ball back. Now more substitutions coming in. Smith and Hennis come out. In for the Warriors for the first time tonight, Dalton Skeens. Piketon with it. Corner jump shot by Leighton, no good. Now on the other end, the Warriors have it. That's Richendaler. Bryant in the corner. Now back out front to King. We're under 2 minutes to go in the ball game. And got a turnover. It's going to give the ball to the Red Streaks. Minute 56 to go. Another man in for Piketon. This is Bo Henry, a 6'5" freshman. Nice spin move by Mason Thacker. Kicks it away to Hanno in the right corner. Shot no good. Rebound by Roberts. Roberts in the lane. He's shot no good. Put back up, no good. One more try and in for Hannah. Zach with the putback try for the score, 65-39. 90 seconds to go in the ball game. Stay with us at the conclusion of our game. We'll have post-game stats. In the lane, shot up and in. Richendaler with the bucket, 2 points for him. 67-39 Adena. Henry down in low, nice fake turnaround, good.
Henry, he is a big boy. He's got a lot of size to him.
Warriors call a timeout, but it's only to get a sub in, not to actually talk about anything. Now they're going to say a 30-second timeout. Jackson Hicks, a 6-foot junior, will check in. Just about a minute to go in the ball game here, and the Warriors with a comfortable 67-41 lead, as that they will improve to 2-1 in the conference, 2-3 overall. They will be a game out of first place, where the Red Streaks fall to 1-2 and 2-3 overall.
Yeah, I thought with the Uniontown and Piketon game being as close as it was for as long as it was, that this game would be a little tighter here tonight. But Piketon should have a lot of problems taking care of the basketball. And Adena, again, has shot very well from the three. And, boy, that mounts up after a while.
Final score, Zane Trace beating Unietto 67-55. That is the final. 55 seconds to go here. With Adena up comfortably. Shot in the lane, no good. Henry with a rebound. And the Red Streaks with the basketball. We got a whistle with 41 seconds to play.
Yeah, we were in a 1-1, but we just got to a 1-1. Overall, we haven't had a lot of fouls tonight. We've just had a lot of sloppy basketball. A lot of turnovers, bad shooting. Overall, there's a lot of work to be done.
Mason Thacker will shoot 1-1. First of the 1-1, no good. Warriors with the rebound, down to 37 seconds. 67-41 Adena. Ball lost out of bounds. Warriors will get it back with 33 seconds.
You kind of got a break there, too. That ball kind of hit the defender He didn't mean to hit.
Richendollar with it out on the right wing. 30 seconds to go. Warriors 67-41 lead. They try to lob it down inside, but it's stolen by Hanna. As he's coming up the floor, dodges a defender. Now Hanna, nice pass down in low. Mason Thacker, or check that, that's Grayson Roberts draws a foul. And that'll put him on the line with 13 seconds to play in the ball game. Well, we haven't heard anything new on Paint Valley and Huntington. Paint Valley was up at 11. Let's check it now. 4:15 left in that. 48-41 Paint Valley. So
Huntington's not giving up.
Huntington's closed it down to a 7-point game. Paint Valley trying to join Zane Trace at 3-0 in the conference with a win, but still plenty of time in that one. Roberts' first attempt, good.
Well, they didn't call that violation, so they counted that. That's good.
67-42. 10 seconds left in the ball game. With the basketball, Graves gets through a defender and then fell on top of the basketball, but that's the end of the ball game. Adena coming out big here, 67-42 over the Piketon Red Streak. Stay with us. We'll have our post-game stats coming up. You're listening to high school basketball on the Southern Ohio Sports Authority, brought to you by OhioHealth.
Or near you now, there will be soon. That's the slogan, and that's what we believe at Parmar Stores. From groceries to gas and all the other stuff you need, Parmar has it. Download the Parmar app for even more savings, and don't forget the Parmar Rewards Card too. We also believe in being a big part of your community, so look for us at the ball game or wherever you are. Shop us today, like us on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, and remember, if there's not a Parmar store near you now, there will be soon.
Mike Smith and Tom Beard back with you to wrap things up from Adena High School, where the Warriors run their conference record to 2-1, and Piketon falling to 1-2. Looking at the scoring for the victorious Warriors, Davis Kearns finished out with 23 points and 8 rebounds. Jody Ader had 21 points, 4 rebounds, but he had 3 block shots in the ball game. Also for the Warriors in the scoring column, Andrew Vickers had 6 points, 5 for Easton Hennis, 4 for Bryson Smith, 3 apiece for Lucas King and Caleb Osborne. Osborne with 7 rebounds and 2 points for Ryan Richendollar. For the Piketon Red Streaks, a double-double for Garrett Legg. He had 14 points and 10 rebounds. He was the only Red Streak player in double figures. Brent McGuire had 7 points, but all of those came in the first half. 6 points for Owen Armstrong. 2 apiece for Mason Thacker, Weston Bloss, 3 for Jaden Thacker, and then 2 apiece also for Zach Hanna, Declan Davis, and Bo Henry. 67-42, the final score, with Adena coming out on top. Getting some final stats from Tom before we close out here. Again, a reminder that next Saturday night, girls basketball here on the Southern Ohio Sports Authority, Paint Valley at Huntington. That's next Saturday night here on SOSA. Are you ready, Leroy?
I am ready, buddy.
All right, take it away.
Okay, let's look at Piketon first. The big thing tonight, taking care of the basketball, they really struggled. They had 25 turnovers. Rebounding, they hit the boards, but then didn't take care of the basketball. They had 32 rebounds. They had 10 offensive boards and 22 defensive boards. From the foul line, they were 7 of 13 for 54%, but from the field, they were just 30%. They were 13 of, let's see, that number I might have to come back to. Adena, looking at Adena, they have 13 turnovers, but 3 or 4 of those turnovers come right there in the last couple minutes, so overall they have a pretty good floor game. Rebounding, Adena with 26 rebounds. They had 10 offensive boards, 16 defensive boards. From the foul line, they only went to the line 5 times, made 3 for 60%. Overall, they were 27 of 60 for 45%. And from the three-point line, they were, 9 of 21 for 43%. And from the field, we had them for 45%. The one we didn't have was on Piketon, and they were 44, and they made 13 of 44. So they ended up shooting just, I had 30%, so I guess I must have fed it in there right, just didn't write it down right. But 30% from the field, so kind of a sloppy ball game overall.
Last update, we had 25 seconds to go in the game. Paint Valley is up on Huntington 52-47. Zane Trace has already beaten Unioto, so if Paint Valley hangs on, they both will be 3-0. Adena improves to 2-1. Have had no word yet on Westfall's game with Southeastern, but if Westfall would win that game, they too would be 2-1 on the season. That's a wrap on things here. Keep watching Twitter, also Facebook for Southern Ohio Sports Authority for other games that will be scheduled early next week with Dewey Daly and the crew. Tom and I will be back, as we said, next Saturday night. That'll be at Huntington girls basketball as the Lady Huntsmen host Paint Valley. Again, our final score for the final time: Adena 67, Piketon 42. For our producer Dewey Daly, our cameraman Carson Francis, and for Tom Beard, this is Mike Smith saying you've been watching high school basketball on the Southern Ohio Sports Authority, brought to you by OhioHealth.